Welcome everyone! Today we have the fourth game of the Chess World Championship, and it was a good game, I would say. On one hand we have Ding Liren with the white pieces, our reigning champion, and on the other side we have our 18-year-old Indian GM Gukesh, who is trying to become the youngest champion ever. So let's see how this started, shall we? It started with, you can try to guess, but probably not. It's not too common. It started with f3, or knight to f3, should I say. The Reti opening. If you've heard the name Reti opening, you let me know. I sure haven't. But anyway, we have d5 from Gukesh, e3, and knight to f6. So far, so good. Both players have spent less than 2 minutes. So they sure do know what they're doing. We have b3, bishop to f5, bishop to e2, and h6. So far, we had Ding Liren, still very much in his prep, only has used 1 minute and 15 seconds, and we have Gukesh, who has already used 8 minutes, which, you know, it is something. We then have bishop to a3, trying to prevent this move, because if this pawn moves to either of these squares, bishop takes bishop, and then whether the knight or the rook capture, and he'll no longer be able to castle to the king side. So anyway, we have knight to d7 to try to either recapture this, push this pawn, any of them is fine, and we have castle by Ding. We then have e6, there we go, and we have an exchange of bishops, and now the king doesn't have to capture the bishop, the knight can just go back. So that's exactly what we have, and we have c4. We then have bishop to d7 back again, so this knight made quite the journey, so came here, oops, sorry, my bad, came here, here, and then back. You know, usually people don't play like this, but they are GMs, they can do whatever they want. Anyway, we have knight to c3 and Gukesh castles. At this time, Ding has already less time than Gukesh. Both of them have used between 20 and 25 minutes. We have c takes d5, and then the pawn e takes d5 and b4. We have c6, d4, knight to d4 should I say, and bishop to h7. So the bishop does not let itself be captured and just goes back. Very normal stuff. We have queen to b3, and we have knight to e5. Once again, Ding is up the clock, but still quite close to each other. Ding decides to go for a queen side attack. Gukesh moves his rook to c8, and we have here the attack with a5. Gukesh principled, plays b6, attacks right there, and we have knight to f3. So right here, this was Ding's biggest opportunity in the game. Had he played bishop to a6, he would be up about 0.3, 0.4. According to the engine at least, but he ends up just offering a trade of knights, which Gukesh promptly accepts, and then they end up proceeding to just exchange more and more material. So you see here that Gukesh offers an exchange of bishops. Before that, Ding just attacks the queen of Gukesh, and we can see that they trade bishops, pawn takes, and they exchange knights as well. So in the end, we have queen and rook, and many pawns, though Gukesh has a passer here, and Ding has 4 on 3. You know, personally speaking, I would rather be playing with white, but this is basically a draw. Most GMs will draw this quite easily. and so the engine is just showing 000. Basically, no matter what you move, it will still be a draw. And yeah, and so after, you know, you have this expansion of the pawn, you might think, you know, this could be weak in the future, but there's just nothing to it. They end up exchanging one more pawn, and here they just trade queens, bring the kings, and here we repeat once, we repeat twice, and they draw by repetition. And so that was the game. Very uneventful game, I would say. It was fun because, at least in the beginning, Ding was posing quite some questions to Gukesh, but there we have. So far, all the decisive games have been with Gukesh having the white pieces, and whenever Ding has had the white pieces himself, they just have been draws. So let's see how the next game tomorrow will play out. Till then, I wish you a very good day, and if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to comment your favorite vegetable and write the name of a country that starts with the letter X. Take care.